Why should we not trust the so-called, I hate them mostly, probably, so-called rational optimists, Steve Pinker and so on, who claim, but wait a minute, we are living in wonderful times, there were never so little wars, and so on and so on. Maybe they are right. A lot of their data are probably true. But you know what's my fear there? I wonder if you would agree. Today, with the rise of the new right, we often hear this idea that we are like in late or early 1930s. Fascism is coming back. No, I think the situation is more dangerous. We are kind of again in the best historical parallel would have been the decades before World War I. Because don't forget, the true catastrophe of Western, or at least European history, was World War I. Before that, we had 50, 60, 70 years off in Western Europe, not around the world. Unimpeded progress. Women, more or less, in some countries at least, got vote rights, universal vote rights, retirement plans. And it was an immense progress. But nonetheless, people were more and more aware already from, I think, around 1890 that a catastrophe is coming. And they were right. Although people didn't believe that it could happen. And at least in our developed part of the world, let's face it, from 1945 till about 10, 20 years ago, this was, at least in the developed countries with social democratic hegemony, these were relatively happy times. That era is coming to an end. And when my right wing, I don't have friends, enemies, tell me, but communism brought just ruin and so on, I tell them, okay, many horrible things happened, but the original catastrophe was World War I, and for that, sorry, you cannot blame communism in any way. It was pure imperialist capitalist matter. We cannot even imagine what shock it was for Western Europe. How? From that ideal of 70 years of progress, we approach catastrophe, and we are in that type of a situation.